Big shout out to Tommy V in Michigan. He was on fire this morning.
Okay, thank you, Tommy V in Michigan. Yes, sir. If you share my prayers.
Tommy V's on. Yeah, we'll jump over there. How about that?
This is case number GC 231829, Hani Haddad versus Fadi Haddad and business analysts. I guess trying to see what the rest of the case name, business analyst department, I guess, I'm not sure.
This is Judge Khan. I sit down, I can understand.
Yes, sir, tell me what's your name.
Hani Haddad.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Haddad, thank you. Were you not represented by a lawyer? Mr. Is there someone here for Fadi Haddad, Mr. Camper?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon. Darren Canfer on behalf of the defendant, Fadi Haddad.
Okay, and I'm not sure, is it business analyst, the second defendant?
I'm not sure who that. I'm not sure who that is, Your Honor.
I don't either. Okay. Well, in any event, I see that there's an iPhone there for Fadi Haddad. Sir, you gotta turn your phone off, Mr. Haddad. Make sure it's off.
I know, I don't know how that is closed.
All right. So,
Can I sit down, my friend?
you can sit down. So this matter apparently was scheduled today for a motion hearing. And we had requested an interpreter for Mr. Fadi Haddad, I believe. And we were told yesterday that I think it's a sign language interpreter,
Yes,
cannot make it.
he is deaf.
Yeah, so the interpreter cannot make it today. So we didn't have time to call you all. So we need to adjourn the motion and reschedule it.
Okay.
April 11th, 2024 at 1:30. Is that good for you, Mr. Camper?
April 11th at 1:30 is good, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so that's gonna be the new date. Mr. Camper, do you have a way of advising Mr. Fadi Haddad of the new date? Because if he can't hear me, and he's on mute.
I can advise him.
Okay, all right, so that's gonna be the new date. We're gonna make sure that we have an interpreter. I think we've already told the court administrators that we have a new date of April 11th at 1:30, so they're gonna try to get the interpreter here.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, you have anything else, Mr. Haddad?
Really,
Okay,
I'm shy to say anything about that.
yeah, well, we
With that-
can't proceed without an interpreter. We have to have it.
I know, but
Yeah,
for me, if you like to listen to me, what happened with,
well, sir, we know, we can't do that because he can't hear you. He has the right to hear everything you say.
okay,
And because he can't hear you, and we don't have anybody to tell him, you really can't say anything except for whether or not that's a good date for you, okay?
okay.
We're sorry about that, but we thought we had someone scheduled, but
Don't
they
worry,
didn't show for today.
don't worry.
Okay, we'll see you back here then. And
But I want to ask the attorney.
you want to ask the attorney something?
Yeah,
What do you want to ask the attorney?
I want the attorney that if he can do the same case with his father as my son did. I think my case, I am 81 years old. I began 82. I spent all my savings on him. And I am now in the senior citizen.
Well, what's the question you want to ask the lawyer?
I want to ask him if this case happened he accepted to be between him and his father.
Mr. Caffrey, do you understand what he's asking?
I guess I don't understand the question.
The question that, do you accept to be in the situation of Fadi to make case against your father?
Do you accept the situation like Fadi is in to make a case against your father? Well, that's not a good question for the lawyer. The lawyer is just representing.
The lawyer, as a judge, he has to accept the thing which is reasonable.
Well, the lawyer's role is to represent.
Not to take money.
Fadi. Whatever the claim is, he has a right to have a lawyer, and so do you.
Yeah, I agree for that. But I asked him this question. Do he accept that?
I don't think that's a good question for the lawyer.
Yes.
To say, will he
because
accept?
he have to be reasonable.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'm not understanding the question.
I don't either, and I think that we're beyond what we need to do when there's no interpreter here. So we're just going to adjourn this.
With the attorney.
No, sir, you really can't do that today. You got to
I
have.
asked him a question. He didn't answer.
He can't do that. He can't answer that
Okay,
question.
I am going. Yeah, thank you.
And we'll have to reschedule it, and it'll be April the 11th at 1:30, and we'll send a notice out for that date. Okay?
Thank
so
you,
you're all set.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right. All right, so this is going to be case number GC 23829, Hani Haddad versus Fadi Haddad. And let's see, we have Business Analyst Department. All right, can I have an appearance or name for the record for Mr. Hani Haddad?
Yes.
What's your name?
Hani Haddad.
Say that again, Hani Haddad?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Darren Canfer on behalf of the defendant, Fadi Haddad, who's appearing by Zoom.
And we have an interpreter for Mr. Fadi Haddad. And what's your name, sir?
For the record, Your Honor, my name is Jeff Olias, Oliasz, client interpreter with a legal endorsement.
Thank you. And what languages are you interpreting from today?
For American Sign Language.
All right. And so I'm going to give you an oath, and please raise your right hand for that oath. Do you solemnly swear that you will truthfully and accurately translate in sign language all questions asked and all answers given?
I will, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. Fadi Haddad, tell us your name.
My name is Fadi Haddad, H-A-D-D.
Okay. And so, Mr. Haddad, your lawyer is here in the courtroom. Hopefully you can see him. And so is the plaintiff. Today's hearing is scheduled for summary disposition. And that means that your lawyer has filed a motion asking the court to dismiss the case. And he is going to make his oral argument on the record. And then we're going to give the plaintiff an opportunity to respond since we have not received a written response. And then the court will rule on whether the case should be dismissed. Go ahead, Mr. Camper.
Thank you, Your Honor. Simply, I filed my motion under 2.11 CH for failure to state a claim upon relief can be granted. The plaintiff filed a one-page complaint in paragraph form stating basically that he took care of his son, he paid some credit card balances for him, helped him with some other money while he was going to college, I guess. But there's nothing in the complaint that is any legal theory such as breach of contract, any equitable theory. It appears just from reading the narrative that it was a gift to the father and the son. There's no receipts, there's no time period listed, no years listed. So it's Mr. Fadigadad's position that this is not a legally recognizable cause of action as written. And, based on 2.116C8 and, the law I cited, due to the deficiencies in the complaint, it should be dismissed, Judge. So that's our position.
Thank you. Mr. Hani Haddad,
Yes,
you did not file a written answer to the motion.
I feel strange what I heard from the lawyer. Really, I feel strange.
You feel strange. Why do you feel strange?
Because he liked this case to be between him and his father or his son. He liked to be this case between his father, him and his father, and him and his son.
Him who? Who's the
The
him?
lawyer himself.
The lawyer himself.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
he have to guide my son to advise him that this is your father who make you in this position. I don't ask my son for the money which I paid it before he worked in the university.
Okay, well, what are you asking for? Because
I
quite
asked him
frankly,
when he worked in the university, he has money. He don't has anything. I gave him 9,500 to buy furniture and clothes good for the university. I settled.
okay, wait a minute. You gave him money, $9,500 to buy clothes and furniture when he was at the university. So what are you seeking? Why did you sue him?
I didn't sue him because I paid many things. I want to tell you what I paid first.
So what do you want? The money back?
I don't need the money back.
You don't want it back.
No, I need the money to pay my bills, to buy a car. I deprived myself to buy a car, and I have credit card paid on him, not on me.
Okay, sir.
I paid him before he worked in the university more than $500,000 because he is dead. But after that, when he worked and his income more than $70,000 a year, he has to return back some of that money. He bought with all the money which I gave, $60,000, he bought Bitcoin. And he denied that he bought Bitcoin. He has now $600,000 in the Bitcoin. As he used my money, I have to take 30%.
Okay, but sir,
I don't.
I get what you're saying. Let me just repeat it back to make sure I understand.
Okay.
What you're saying is that you gave your son like $60,000 or so for furniture and other things while he was in school.
Yes.
In college. And that once he
Not in
graduated.
college. When he worked in the university.
When he worked at the university.
Yes.
Okay. And you're saying that after he finished there, he bought some Bitcoin. He was making over $70,000.
$700,000.
And then you say he got at least $600,000 in Bitcoin.
Yes.
And that now he should pay you the money that you
I don't need all the money. I need the money.
need some money
to live
back
as
to buy a
other
car
people.
and some other things that you would like to get for yourself.
Yes.
Now,
I want to answer the lawyer. Between the son and the father, there is no agreement. I was thinking to go in this situation. I have checked from him $5,000 because he did many mistakes and I paid it. And I don't consider it from the $60,000.
okay, well, sir, let me suggest something.
Yes.
I do understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Clearly, I do.
Yes.
But in order to sue somebody for money that you would like to get back, you have to have a valid legal theory.
I have just 5,000.
Okay, so let me say this. I don't see, and I agree with the lawyer, but I don't see any legal basis for you to get the money back, because parents, let me just say this, listen, hear me out. Parents spend thousands of dollars on their children over a lifetime. And then the children grow up, they become successful, they make good money, and the parents don't ask for the money back. They might say, oh, I did this, I sacrificed for you. Sure would be nice if you got me this or that. But they don't have a legal basis to get it back unless they told their child at the time that this is a loan.
I know this is a rule.
And you just said that you did not have an agreement with your son.
There is no agreement between father and son.
Right. So
there is no agreement.
Well, what's the basis for the lawsuit?
I gave them
because you
I love him.
Right. Yes.
But he has not to leave me disabled. You have to take care of him.
And you know what? And if he did that, he might not be a great person.
Huh?
But if he left you with no money, and he's not helping you, and he has the means to do so, maybe he's not a great person. But there's no.
He's not a great. I was stupid.
Well, yeah.
No, I wasn't.
I'm not gonna say that you were.
I was a bank manager.
You were.
Or that cent I saved, I gave it to him because
you were a father that loved his son. That's not
I
stupid.
love him, but he doesn't love anything. He loves money.
Okay.
And I asked that lawyer, did he accept this case to be between him and his father or his son? You have to advise him that this is your father. He make you a good person. You have to take care of him.
Well, you know
but
what?
he didn't do
There's
that.
A little bit.
He's looking for $15 charge.
Okay, now let me tell you this, Mr. Haddad. There's a little bit of difference between what's morally right for a son to do and what's legally right that your son has to do. Morally, you might be right. You're his dad. You've given him a lot of things over the years. Perhaps he should help you. But you don't have a legal theory to argue as to why he has to help you. Should, because it's morally right, is one thing. But should and must, because it's legally right, is a different thing. You don't have a legal claim.
I understand that. For this reason, I paid on him more than $500,000. I took him to England, to America before I came to America. I spent on him everything, every penny I saved to make him in this position. Last thing I remember, because my older son stole from me $100,000. He asked for money. I told him I need check because your brother did like this. I took this check. Do you like to add it to the case?
Yeah, what did you say? Your older son gave you a check?
He gave me the check.
This son?
Yes.
Gave you a check for how much?
For $5,000.
Okay, and so what's wrong with that? Why did you cash it?
His account was closed. I can't take him to the jail.
You can't cash it.
I can't take him to the jail. Do you like to see it?
No, I believe you. I believe you. So let me say this.
Yes.
That right there is not part of this case.
I understand. But this is as that I have. I will make another case against him.
Well, you probably could do that
Sure.
to get your $5,000
Sure.
on
And
the
this
check
check,
he wrote to
he told
you
me
and
there is no agreement with the check. The check is cash. As he gave me cash, I have to cash it anytime.
Right. And you've not been able to cash it because there's accounts closed. Is that what
It's
you're saying?
account closed, yes.
Well, Mr.
And
Canford,
in this case,
you know, Now, he wrote us a bouncy check, so the father says. That might be something that you could stave off if you talk to your client about making that good. But right now, sir, I don't have a legal, I would love to keep your case, but I don't have a legal basis for it. You agree you don't have an agreement. If you had an agreement.
Agreement between the check?
No, not that, with the other.
With the other.
Yeah,
there
you
is
don't
no
have
agreement between father and son.
Right. So because you don't have the agreement on those funds, not much I can do to keep your case alive. I have to grant his motion and the case has got to die. Now, as far as that check.
For this reason.
You could probably file another case about that check.
Sure, I will do. I will
But the
take it
lawyer, listen to me. You need to talk to the lawyer. He may be able to work that out before.
This lawyer, I cannot talk with him.
Yes, you can.
Because he doesn't answer my question.
Yes, you can. Yes,
he has to answer my question.
Well, wait a minute now. Let me tell you the question you need to be asking.
Yes.
On that check.
Not on that check.
On that check only.
I will not ask him for.
You need to talk to the lawyer and see when his client is going to make. Is he going to make good on that check?
My friend, ma'am, please.
What about judge? That's fine.
Judge. Beautiful judge. You see, if they are doing in this way, I do in another way.
Okay.
The check, he has to go to the jail after that.
Well, now you can do that too if that's what
Okay,
you want to do.
I will do, but I will not talk with this guy.
Well, why not? Don't you want the $5,000?
No, he is looking to take $1,500 charge.
Mr. Haddad.
He is not.
Mr. Haddad.
No.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
That he can get his client to make that check.
You have to advise him from the beginning.
Well, he can make that check good. He can advise his client to make that $5,000 check good.
Let me see what he will do.
I will speak with my client after the hearing, Judge, about that.
Yes, and that way you don't have to go to the police and get him arrested on an insufficient funds check.
Yes, no.
You don't have to do that.
He has no
He makes
account.
it good.
He closed the account and he gave me check after that.
Sir, listen to me. I know you're mad about that, but what if he's got $5,000 cash and he can give it to you tomorrow?
Because
then you're made whole on that, and you don't have to worry about that part. But I gotta grant the motion though today on this case, because we don't know what the claim is, and you're saying you specifically do not have a contract or agreement with your son. So no promises to pay anything back, no basis for liability. So the motion for summary disposition is granted under MCR 2.116C8, failure to state viable cause of
Can you
action.
hear me 1 minute?
Could you prepare an order, Mr. Kemp?
Yeah, you mean e-file order, Judge?
This is not an e-file, so I think you can just, because he's not represented, I think you can do it. Let me see. Yeah, you can do it online because they did give me a case. They did give me an e-file case.
Can I talk? Judge?
Hold on, Mr. Dunn.
Okay.
All right, and plaintiff defense will prepare the order. And you can just say granted under MCR 2.116C8, failure to state a claim for the reasons stated on the record. Okay. All right, what is it that you wanted to say before we finish?
I want to just give you an example. One day he called me crying. He told me I went in lady to her house. The lady next day called the police. I told him hire attorney. He told me I don't have money. I paid him $1,500 to hire attorney. If we go to the jail in that time for harassment, the university will kick him out. This is one of the violations which he did. And he forgot that.
He hasn't forgotten anything. He knows what you did for him. It's up to him to make the decision, and he wants to make this right and help you out with what you did.
To be honest with you, I will take it to the police. I will take him to the jail for the check.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion and hearing is
or
complete.
he pay all my money.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, and thank you, interpreter.